This is just a reminder on how far people are willing to go when you underpay them and overwork them.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live. All you had to do was pay us enough to... There goes your inventory.
Imagine getting paid $18 an hour in Southern California to work in this giant factory with only 20 people. He set fire to a Kimberly-Clark toilet paper warehouse, and if you think about it, each unit of toilet paper runs upwards of $15 to $20. And this happened to them allegedly because he wasn't being paid a livable wage. This is not like a small mom and pop toilet paper company. This is like a multinational, multi-billion-dollar company. Michael Su, who is the CEO of Kimberly-Clark, makes $15 million every single year. It is seriously only just a matter of time before more things like this start happening, because at this point people are getting tired and they have nothing to lose. Follow to hear stories that most don't talk about.
So let me tell you, people aren't just burning down buildings anymore at these warehouses. They're taking spray foam and flushing it down the toilet. They're spraying it inside the toilet at Costco and Walmart. And one thing about spray foam is that when it hardens, there's nothing you can do about it. They have to now hire plumbers to come in, break up the concrete, run all new pipes, replace the toilets. And from obviously what they're saying is that they can't catch these people because bathrooms, you can't have cameras. I agree that all of these corporations should pay people a livable wage, a lot more money than they're paying them. They can afford it. They're greedy. It's all about greed. It's all about money. And people are pissed. People are done. People are exhausted. Do I agree with these criminal acts? No, I wouldn't ever do it. I would just quit. But at the same time, I am laughing from afar because, maybe this will spark a change.
Warehouse. At present, we are at 9 warehouses burnt to the ground in the United States of America. 9 warehouses in one fucking week, as well as the OpenAI CEO's home was recently burned down. And since they burnt down his home, he's now calling for universal pay as well as a 4-day weekend. I also want you guys to bear in mind that CPS, which is Chicago Public Schools, have announced that in participation of the general strike, they'll be closing schools down on May 1st. So now entire city public school systems are openly participating in the general strike that's coming May 1st. So for all of you guys...
All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. This lesson is entitled, A Fire Kindling in America. Okay, so you saw the videos, all right? The movie Children of Men, okay, all right, showed you that there were going to be domestic terror attacks, T attacks, okay? And in that movie also, they were putting people in real life cages, okay? All right? They were putting them in real cages, all right? So what you have to understand is that all of this is coming to pass. They always do this on purpose, okay? This is purposely done, okay? And as you can see in this video here, that man that they're walking away set on fire the whole warehouse and began a trend. There's up to, I think, 11 warehouses in America that are burnt. Today is the 15th of April. Okay, 11 warehouses just this month. Okay, in April, that are burnt to the ground. All right, and this guy said he did it because, hey, his pay, they need to give you a living wage. All right, and a lot of people are rising up doing the same thing. Okay, across America. All right. So Luke chapter 12 and verses 49. Luke chapter 12 and verses 49. But before I do that, I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders at Great Millstone. I would like to say shalom to the Akwaf, all right, the women listening and learning, all right, and we say a hearty shalom to those men that are doing the work, okay. All right, so let's go to Luke 12:49. All right, and it reads, I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? All right, so we can see it's already kindled now. Okay, fire all over the earth. Okay, Yahweh Shai said he's coming to bring fire. All right, and he's coming to bring fire, and we can see here that fire is already in the earth. Okay, they're burning down buildings now. All right. All right, let's go to Isaiah 66, and I think it's 15. It says how the Lord will return with fire. All right, and it reads Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire. You see that? And with his chariots, okay, the UFO, the so-called spaceships, right? The chariots of the Lord, in which we can find those at Psalms 104, 1 through 3. Okay. And it'll tell you that the Lord, he can make the clouds his chariot. All right. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. So that's how the Lord is going to return. All right. So we can see already fire is in the earth. Okay. Matthew 24 and 12. All right. Because people have been pushed to the brink, okay, with inflation, high prices. Matthew 24 and 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right. And that's why people are doing this. Okay. All right. And we're living in those perilous times. All right. 2 Timothy 3 and 1. Second Timothy 3 and verses 1, and it reads, This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. And we're in those times now. Okay. All right. It's only going to escalate and get worse. Okay. All right. All indicators point to worse. 2nd Edges 16, 17 through 21. Woe is me, who would deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? And these evils are here. Okay, we got the war over in Iran. We got the war over in Ukraine. We got a massive we got inflation here, all right, and people are getting in civil unrest, as you can see, okay, with this guy setting on fire their warehouse. And so far there have been 11 warehouses burning, okay. Verse 19, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, the sword, famine, and great confusion. All right, and that's what's in the earth now. Okay, the evils are growing, and great confusion is hitting the earth. The Lord is hitting this place with many plagues. Okay. All right, let's go to Psalms chapter 10, verse 1 through 10. And it reads, Why standest afar off, O Lord? Lord in capital letters is Yahweh. Why hidest thyself in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. See, the wicked, all right, which is Esau, Edom, the rich, all right, they persecute the poor. Okay. Let them be taken in devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in his thoughts. His ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for his enemies, he puffeth at them. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places does he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. Okay? And that's the reason why the guy set they're starting to set these places on fire. Okay? All right? He lieth in wait secretly as a lion, verse 9, Psalms 10 and 9. In his den he lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He crouches and humble himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. Okay, and that's what DJ Trumpet did. Okay, he lured everyone into the net. All right, and they fell by his many words. Okay, that he spoke. Right. All right. Read number 9 again. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. He drew everybody into the net, and they all fell into this ditch. Okay, these so-called white people voted for DJ Trumpet, thinking that he was going to come after all the brown people, and that was it. But he done crushed the economy. Now they're being affected. Okay. All right, so let's go to Psalms 37, 12 through 14. Psalms chapter 37. (12 through 14). The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked has drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and the needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Okay? So that's what they do. Okay? And the final scripture, James 5, 1 through 8. We'll read that. So the Lord is hearing the cries, okay, of the children of Israel, okay, in this economy. They're suffering so bad out here. The whole world, the whole America, Babylon the Great, is suffering. Okay. James 5 and 1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat you your flesh as it were with fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. And that's what's happening. The Lord is hearing uh, the cries of, okay? Verse 5, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and have been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in the day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just, and he does not resist you. Verse 7, be patient therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waited for the precious fruit of the earth, and has long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain. Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. So the Lord is waiting to gather his elect, okay, before he brings, the end, okay. Let me read verse 7 again. Be patient, therefore, brethren. That's talking to the men of the Lord. Unto the coming of the Lord, behold, the husbandman, which is Yahweh Shai, okay, waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, okay, the 144,000, okay, 1/3 of Israel, the elect, and has long patience for it until he receive the early and latter rain, okay. So that's what we have to do, all right. And as we can see, all right, we can see the civil unrest unfolding, and a fire is being kindled in the earth, and it's going to get far worse than that, okay. Jacob's trouble, the gathering of all the citizens that go against the government in any kind of way, using Palantir, uh, social media, all right, putting them in these warehouses, concentration camps, all right, it's going down, all right. We are at the end, okay. It's undeniable, all right. So with that, I say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikakwadash. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.